I put 500 hours on my TYM 574. So let's talk about what's broke. Let's talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. And we'll go over all the specifics, and we'll start from the front, work our way to the back, and I'll just tell you all there is to know about the TYM 574 and my experience with it for the last 500 hours. All right, let's just start up front. Okay, there's three things that have broke or not done well on this tractor in the last 500 hours. So we'll cover those three things, and then we'll cover the good things about it, you know? Number one, the bucket. The bucket sucks, all right? So the bucket has a bend in it. It ain't as bad as it used to be, but it does have a bend in it. I'll see if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. But I've tried to straighten that out. But it's a cheap bucket. So if you're going to do any type of bucket work, loader work, stuff like that, when you buy the tractor, my advice to you is to go ahead and invest in some type of tooth bar or cutting edge for it. This will definitely reinforce it, take the smiley face off of it, make it last a little longer, whatever. I don't do a lot of bucket work per se, but I do a lot of loader work with the grapple and stuff, but not so much on the bucket. But nonetheless, it bent pretty early when I had it, and I've tried my best not to bend it, but I bent it anyway. All right, so that's number one. But you can add like the hooks, the grab hooks, and all that, and that helps you out with your, loading and unloading of certain type of cargoes, lifting and whatnot. So having the hooks on here is definitely a good idea. This is all stuff I've done myself. And when you weld hooks on it, I don't know if you need to or not, but people say put them, kind of in line with the loader arms. So that's what we did. The quick attach handles, the skid steer quick attach handles, I bent. I did that by, hooking up an implement wrong. So it's not the tractor's fault. I do have a grill guard. They make several options out there. This is from Homestead Implements. So you can go to their website. They have a 574 grill guard. ITC makes one. I don't know. There's a lot. Or you can make them on your own out of like expanded metal type stuff. And this is actually pretty cool. You probably need to get one. You can see how I dent. Well, I don't know if you can tell that or not, but there's a big dent in it already in a couple places. And you can see, so over there it's dented and down here it's dented. And that tells me that I had the potential to run something into my grill, and so that grill guard did the job of protecting it. So invest in a grill guard from whatever company you want to, but it's a good investment. The light, I cracked the light here, so the lights are kind of weathered on the inside or whatever, but that's not the tractor's fault. That's me running into a tree type deal. But as far as like from the loader perspective, it's fine. It lifts everything I need it to lift. It works fine. You got to keep it greased. There's a lot of people that will complain about bent cylinders or whatever. Never in my life have I bent a cylinder on a loader arm, because I don't treat it like a bulldozer. Now, that's not to say you can't work this thing, because I've got, over 500 hours. So it has been worked, but don't overdo them. You'll be fine. I got the tractor January of 2022. So I've had it for almost 4 years now. So January 26 will be 4 years. I'm making this video September of 25. So not quite 4 years. So I've put 500 hours on it, 3 years and 8 months or whatever, 9 months it's been. So, is that a lot? Probably for people that buy TYMs, because people who buy TYMs are not the people that are going to, they're hobby farmers, they own small acreage. And I'm not talking exclusively, I'm talking about generally speaking, the people that buy TYM type tractors are not going to put 100 hours a year on them. So I think that over the course of a little over 3.5 years, putting 500 hours on it has been a little above average, I would say. I wouldn't say it's the most by any stretch of the imagination, but it definitely is above average. I've known guys that have their tractors for over 6 years and have like 200 hours on them. So 500 hours in 3.5 years. We've put it through its paces, and it's it has served us well. Now let's go on to problem number 2. Problem number 1 was the bucket, and problem number 2 is one of the most common issues with the 574 that you will ever see on the computer, on the online forums, on the Facebook post, everything. It happened to me as well. Yep, you guessed it, the front axle leak, right? Now this happened at like I want to say it happened at 490 hours. It literally just happened. So it's leaking. This is the passenger side or right side or starboard side for my Navy friends. But the front axle is leaking there. Because I have made other videos where I talk about my axle is dry as a bone. And it was until hour 490. I want to say it's 490 hours it started leaking. But it doesn't leak on that side. That side's dry. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe. It might have a little leak on that side too. I see some dust collecting, but I can't tell if that's because of grease or not. But nonetheless, this side definitely does leak. So I'll get them done. I'll get them both replaced. When I take it in, I'll get them both replaced. Which leads me to something else. I got this tractor January 2022. I had it for 2 years under contract. So after January 2024, this tractor became my property and it was no longer under contract with TYM. And I've kept it since then. So we've had it since 2022, right? With that being said, I'm just like you guys. I had to go through the warranty process. I had to go through the dealer. I had to have a good dealer. I've got 3 really good dealers in my area. So I got the construction sales up in Crestview, Florida. I've got Dixie Horse and Mule up in Wicksburg, Alabama. And I got Cloud Auto Parts in Bonifay, which is usually who I use because he's like 12 miles from me. But I got 3 good dealers that are right here in my area. And so if I got an issue, I just go see them. And one of those 3 dealers will help me out. With that being said, I have to go through the process just like everybody else. This tractor is not under contract. This tractor is not a special promotion type deal. You know, we did our contract obligations. We got it. We kept it after the contract was over. All right. With that being said, so we got 1 bucket, 2 front axle. So those are the 2 things so far. We got 1 more thing that has gone wrong. And this didn't happen until like 490. I was like, my goodness. And I've done other reviews where I talk about how dry my front axle is because that literally didn't happen until like the 490 hour mark. So that is one of the issues there. All right, so number 1 is bucket, number 2 is front axle. I have never experienced a regen. So the first time it happens, I'm going to freak out. The couple things here, people talk about how this is exposed and they don't like this design of the quick connect couplers down here with the hydraulics. I've never had an issue, and I do most of my work in the woods. So I don't think this is a big issue for people. Just be careful. That's all there is to it, right? Just be careful. Do all your proper maintenance. Be careful. All right? All that's tucked in there pretty good. No big deal there. Tires are loaded on the back. I haven't done the front. And 3-point hitch works great. The lever's fine. 2 remotes is fantastic. That's a big deal once you start looking at other tractors and you're like, man, it's nice to have 2 rear remotes. That's a game changer. The hydraulic top link is a game changer. I'll leave a link in the description and the pinned comment for a hydraulic top link. If you don't have a hydraulic top link, you're missing out, man. It'll rock your world, bro. Anyway, okay. But yeah, I got a crack in the cab there above that light. Can y'all see that? Again, that's just me going in the woods with it. What else? The fuel tank, I haven't had an issue with the fuel tank, so it's fine. This is not number 3, but this driver's side door, I had to replace it, and I hit it. I broke the glass out of it with I had it open, and I was pulling out of the stall, and the door caught the frame for the pole barn that I was under, and it busted. It cost me $700. Again, that's $700 I had to pay out of pocket. But that door has never been really great. So when I tow it on a trailer, or I carry it somewhere on a trailer, I always wrap a bungee cord or a ratchet strap around it to kind of secure the doors so that they don't go flying anywhere. So what's number 3? Number 3 is the air conditioning. If you watch any of my videos, you'll see that my air conditioning went out at 463 hours. They recharged it and it's been working great ever since. But anyway, it's been a good tractor. The AC now works since my mechanic up at Cloud. I was using it this morning. Planted chufas this morning, by the way. But I mean, the tractor's dirty, but that's what you're used to, right? You gotta have a tractor that actually works for you. I've seen people turn their joysticks around this way. I don't like that. I tried it for a couple of days. I didn't care for it. I did add the backup camera on here. I don't really care. I don't really care for it. I don't really use it. So it's not as big a deal as people think it is. For me, anyway. Now, if I was snow blowing or something, it might be, but I don't use it for that type of work. But it doesn't help me hooking up implements. It doesn't help me with any type of front-end loader work. But I do have options to, somewhere around here, I think it is. Yeah, now I can go to the back. See, that's the Colts packer on the back. And then that's the front-end loader. I was talking about doing the door. I also drilled a small hole right here. And then I add these pins right there so that the windows don't open or have the potential to open while I'm carrying it down the road on a trailer. But like the fit and finish, people say the fit and finish ain't all that great. I don't have any broke plastic. All the plastic is fine. All the stickers are still, the stickers are fine. There's nothing going on with that. So like they're not peeling off or anything like that. There's no rips or tears in the headliner. So the fit and finish, even though it's not as nice as like a Kubota, say, it's still fine. There's nothing's broke about it. I did add this a little diff lock thing from ITC that I added to put your heel on. Just catches your heel a little better. ITC quick attach. Yeah, it's been a good tractor. 500 hours. This is an ITC quick attach chainsaw toolbox combo. I can take this off. I can remove this pin here, remove this, and then add a chainsaw carrier. And it's nice to have this toolbox where you can keep straps, and this comes open. And I got like chains in it and stuff. Chains and a little ball peen hammer or whatever. So that's a nice, additional add-on. But anyway, look at that door handle right there. See that? Boop. 500 hours, T574. It's a 2022 model. It's been great for me. I love it. It's my go-to tractor, so I don't have any issues with it. With the mechanical side of it, once I get the front axles fixed, then everything will be good. I suspect I'll get another 500 hours out of it. Here's the bottom line. If you're looking for a tractor and you want to look at TYMs and see if it fits your needs, then you go buy TYMs if it fits your needs. If a Coyote, if a LS, if a Bobcat, if a Kubota, if a John Deere meets your needs, you buy one of them. My job is not to try to convince you to do one thing or the other. I don't get paid if you buy a tractor. I don't get commission off that kind of stuff. My job was to show this tractor for 2 years, which I did. And if you buy a TYM, buy one. If you don't. It doesn't matter to me. It has no bearing on me whatsoever. I want you to do as much research as you possibly can for you and make the best decision for your family because it's your money. I don't know how else to say that. You guys do all the research that you can and buy the tractor that works for you. If it's a TYM, I think you'll be happy with it. If it's a Kubota, I think you'll be happy with it. But I don't have to like sugarcoat stuff. I don't have to tell you just the good stuff. I mean, there it is. It's 500 hours, 3.5 years. It's been great. It's been a great tractor for me. Actually, I like this tractor a lot. Now, in a year or two down the road, will I have another tractor that's not a TYM? I don't know, maybe, you know. I also, I look at it like this, right? You know, I drive a Ford right now. I drive an F-350 right now, but I traded in a Ram 2500 for it. And before the Ram 2500, I had a Chevy 2500, right? So it's, or 1500. But nonetheless, you know, I've had Chevy, Rams, Fords. I'm not loyal to one brand. So if I ever, or when I ever get another brand tractor, oh my gosh, what happened to the TYM? You didn't love the TYM? Yeah, I was, you know, that argument just cracks me up, you know. Anyway, enough of that. I don't know, how'd you guys get me off on that tangent? I don't know how you did that. 500 hours on my TYM T574. I would recommend you go check them out. Talk to your dealer. Ask a lot of questions to your dealer. Ask a lot of questions about your service department. Talk to your service department manager. See if it's something you're interested in. All right? You guys take care. I appreciate you guys. Jesus loves you.